Roy Burns, another great knock, obviously. Joe Root particularly good as well, but just wanted to know what makes it so difficult to get Roy Burns that position. I don't know, the way we look at him, he's kind of an ugly, unfashionable batsman, but he seems to get results every time.
Yeah, he's definitely a bit unorthodox for sure. Not sure. I think he knows his game well. He's obviously had the same technique for quite a while, I think, and knows it in and out. So quite hard to bowl to, I think. I think Paddy probably looks the best against him. But in saying that, he scored some valuable runs at the top of the order. So doing the job for the team. He's a good player.
Are there any kind of lessons to be learned for maybe Australia's top order? Runs have been hard to come by for pretty much every other opener this series. Is there anything that can be gleaned from how he bats?
I think just knowing your game and committing to it. Not trying to try new things, I guess, out in the middle. Stick to what's worked for you, and I think our guys have been doing that. England have just bowled really well to the top order, and hopefully our guys are learning from it and keep improving.
Josh, you saw Pat Cummins bowl really well after tea, and then you came on after that and reaped the rewards. How much of the damage do you think was on the back of how well Paddy bowled?
Oh yeah, Paddy rarely bowls a bad spell, to be honest. As you saw there, as you just mentioned, fantastic again in the evening session. Could have had a chance there, went between keeper and first slip. Always at the batsman on the front foot, back foot. Just keeps getting better every time he goes out there and bowls, really. So it's good to have him in your team.
Just quickly, what was the chat that what Tim was talking to the umpires about at the end? Was he unhappy that you guys had to come off, or was he?
Oh no, I think they were just chatting generally about the light. I think it was pretty dark out there, so don't think the reading was too good at the end.
Josh, is this the best you've ever bowled?
Yeah, it's certainly up there. Consistently, I think, day in, day out for the last 2.5 tests. The body feels really good, nice and fresh. Conditions probably have suited seam bowling a little bit. Maybe not this wicket as much, but I feel like I made a few little changes, I think, after my last injury, and I think everything's just in a great line, if that makes sense. I find it not easy, but if I get everything right at my end, the line is on off stump or outside it. So I think I'm bowling a lot less deliveries wide of off and on the pads due to my action. It's only a little change, but worked really hard at it over March, April, even into May. So did some good work there at home, and I think reaping the benefits now.
So Barra, Russell, David, you.
Josh, like at the start of every session, when you guys go out, the four bowlers seem to get into a little huddle. Like, what's said there? Is it something that you started off late? Like, what's happening there?
No, I've been doing that for a while. I think whoever the four bowlers are, it's just about wishing us the best, wishing each individual the best luck, and we know we're a little team out there doing all the work to get those 20 wickets to win the game for our team. So we're a close unit, all the bowlers, even the guys who are missing out on the bench, really tight unit. So it's just about wishing us the best, yeah.
And on a day like this, towards the end, Mitchell Starc didn't have much to do in the last 2 hours. Does he need a hug? Like, do you think you can put an arm around him?
No, I don't think so. He's a big boy. He's certainly just coming back in the team, obviously, after a little break. I'm sure he'll come out tomorrow or the next day and show his class. And wickets can really fall quickly when he's bowling. Doesn't really matter on the wicket if it gets flatter out there. He sort of comes into the game more, I feel. So, yeah, big things ahead for Starc, I think.
Josh, it was a really long second/first session, not many weeks ago. What sort of changed in the last session for those wickets? Was it just a build-up of pressure, or was the ball doing something, or was the wicket delivery? But what changed for those wickets to fall off as a comp?
Yeah, good question. I mean, we had a couple of near misses here and there, I think, and Paddy in that spell created a few genuine chances and half chances as well. So, yeah, I think once you can get one and break a partnership, you can get 2 and 3 pretty quickly. I think it was really, really good the way Gaz bowled down that one end, and we could sort of come from the others all the quicks. So he was fantastic down there, keeping the runs quite dry, and towards the end, as he kept bowling, he looked more in the game. So I think over the next 2 days, I think it'll start spinning a little bit more, and he'll challenge both sides of the bat.
Josh, how do you see the game situation? You have 2 days to get 15 wickets, and we have about start as well. How do you see it?
Yeah, obviously we're pretty happy with where we're at. I think the weather's pretty good for the next 2 days, so 2 long days of cricket, 98 overs I think both days. Plenty of cricket left, so we'll concentrate on this first innings and get the next 5 wickets first of all.
And do you all feel like you've sort of got Jason Roy's number at the moment? He's struggling wherever he's batting.
He's still a class player. He got to 20 pretty quickly there in that inning. So we know if we're not on our game, then he can make runs pretty quickly and sort of change the momentum. So he's still a class player, and we'll try and stay on top of him while we can.
Hugh, Ali, Daniel, Greg.
With those 3 late wickets, has that changed the way you view the day after the first session?
I think we did some good things in that middle or the first session. Quite long session, both from today, but I think we probably bowled a little bit better in the last one, and we got a few rewards as well. So I think, as I said before, Gaz and Paddy probably set that up. The way they bowled together, built that pressure, and you just felt like something was going to come. And I was probably lucky enough to be the one bowling when it happened. So still to get that team, as I said, the 4 bowlers before, build that pressure together, and that's sort of when we feel chances are going to be created.
And when you go back out there tomorrow, Ben Stokes is still there, so you see he's the man you need to get out.
Yeah, absolutely. He scored a lot of runs this series and dangerous player. So I think the way Gaz again started to him out there today was pretty good. So he'll no doubt new ball around the corner as well. So that's in our favour, and hopefully we can use it well. We've got important session coming up.
Josh, just for the wickets of Joe Root and Jason Roy, was there a hint of reverse there, and if so, is that sort of quite a surprise given obviously the damp outfield?
No, they were all scrambled seams, so they just nipped off a seam and came back in, both those. So I think Joe's might have stayed a touch low as well, but yeah, just both off the seam.
Josh, off the back of that, was there a bit more emphasis in that later session to attack the stumps a little bit more? Certainly it looked as though there weren't too many balls that were threatening the stumps in the afternoon session, but then in the evening, obviously the wickets would indicate that, but were you trying to look at that as a dismissal?
Yeah, I think as a general rule, we probably did bowl a touch short maybe in that first session, target the top of the stumps in the second session. So I think with bowling a lot of short balls to Rory Burns, you can probably get into a bad habit as well. But yeah, definitely to the right handers, definitely feeling the game if it's that top of stumps height, getting LBs and bowled. So maybe something to look at tomorrow.
Josh, you talked about how hard it was today, and you still got 15 wickets to get, and you still got 2 long days to go. How much as a group is it in the back of your mind that you've got another match in less than a week and it might still be a live match for the Ashes?
Doesn't really come into my mind at all. Probably due to the fact we've got 3 class quicks on the bench as well. Most guys have had a hit out now, apart from Michael Nessa. So I think it's one thing that Peter Siddle brought up at the start of the series is just focus on the game at hand, give everything for this game because we know we've got great backup in the sheds. So we'll be thinking about this game, and after this one, we'll worry about the next one.
Last one, Ian.
Josh, just about Pat again. He's the only bowler to play, any quick to play all 4 tests. He's played the Cricket World Cup. That run off from a 10 off the reel, either side of tee. How impressive was that? Just given what he's been through in his career and injuries and like that.
Yeah, he's as I said before, he's a machine really. Had all that bad luck with injury through his sort of late teens, early 20s, and then he's come out the other side. He's always been a great athlete. I guess it's just a matter of time before that body hardened up and his bones hardened up. So, but I mean, as a power and strength athlete, he's fantastic. And he's got great endurance as well. So he's pretty much the all-round package. It's quite disheartening as well sometimes to watch him running all day when he's just such a great athlete, and hopefully continues for him.